afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, February 12th, 2022. This is our 4th year anniversary of doing Global Guided Meditation Calls. Every day, 7 days a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day through the last 4 years. Which compiled up to over 1,800 meditations. And we keep going for the planet and all the gods in these bodies. The greatest game that we'll ever participate in is life. And we are all already dressed up as one of the ultimate players in it. If we start believing in this masquerade, thinking that we are just a separate somebodies who are lacking love, money, and connection, then our game of life becomes overly serious and we stop having fun with it all. Realize that you are making up the rules as you go. We all are. And making a new rule that we can choose to laugh at our problems, frolic in the sunshine, and get to know that divine God that lives inside of us. You can stop all of this crazy mind chatter instantly and know yourself as pure, unbounded consciousness. You are a brilliant ball of unlimited creative energy who can invent any approach you want to in this game. Choose one that is filled with fun, lightness, and laughter, and you'll love the results 10 years down the road. Today is your day to discover how to really play again. Best of all, you have a large variety, of very interesting players out in the world who are eager to join in the fun with you. We are all excited to see what our next move is. And you cannot make a mistake in this magical infinite playground. So step outside your normal boundaries and make today an amazing day that you'll always remember. Once you decide to pierce through all your mind's illusions of what is right and wrong, you will start playing your best and enjoy this outrageous spiritual adventure to the max. On December 21st, 2012, some of you might remember that, all the hoopla, everything, and all the disinformation about it. Something very amazing did happen on this planet. All 9 planets in our solar system, including our Earth, Moon, and Sun, came into perfect alignment with each other, which happens every 5,125 years. What is even more amazing is that our Sun, which orbits the star Alcyon in the Pleiades constellation, also simultaneously completed its return orbit back towards Alcyon on this exact date. And this complete cycle only happens every 26,000 years. Amazing. Now, what you may find even more astronomically interesting is that dog star, Sirius, which Alcyon orbits, also completed its 225 million year orbit around the entire Milky Way galaxy on this auspicious day. All of these amazing alignments happened on the exact date of December 21st, 2012, and are what the ancient Mayans and many other civilizations around the planet have been waiting for in their calendars for centuries. Crazy enough, The alignment is not done here, because to top it all off, all 9 planets in our Earth also came into direct alignment with the black hole that exists in the center of our Milky Way galaxy. On an interesting side note, this holy black hole is massive. It is millions of miles wide in diameter, and it is what fuels all 100 billion suns in our galaxy and keeps our sun alive for billions of years. This black hole is the center of the wheel of all life, the vortex which keeps our planet alive and radiating with life. Now, the most fascinating part that you may discover, however, is how all of this has impacted the vibration and consciousness on this planet. Astronomers have discovered that our solar system will be passing through the core of a massive photon belt floating in the Milky Way galaxy, which we will be moving through for the next 2,000 years. This massive field of light energy is real, and they have photos to prove it. The Schumann resonance, which measures the Earth's electromagnetic field spectrum, has been rising since 2012. Some say we are coming into the densest core of the belt on this same date, and our planet reached a 0 point in our magnetic field. All of these galactic synchronicities just possibly may point to one simple fact. When the great galactic alignment occurred and we entered this photon belt, we moved into a much higher vibration on the planet. This higher form of energy caused people to experience a shift in consciousness and their perception of reality. The galactic alignment has been affecting people in a variety of ways, and possibly over time altering the DNA structure of every living thing on this planet. Why is all this astronomical scientific information important to you? As we experience life in this photon belt for the next 2,000 years, which is basically a drop in the bucket, there will be a massive shift in consciousness to a higher dimension. Many say that this energy field will cause us to shift from the lower 3D consciousness into a more enlightened 5D reality. Now, this shift may cause humanity to move fully into the prophesized age of Aquarius, where everyone on Earth will become one unified, harmonious world working together in peace. One harmonious world working together in peace. This is a very, very, very special time to be alive on this planet. Now, it is quite possible that this alignment is responsible for creating this shift into 5D consciousness and initiating the very special spiritual awakening process in which we all incarnated to experience at this time. It is super important to use everything you can for your awakening into 5D consciousness. Get to know as much as is possible about the universe outside you, because it is merely reflecting the universe within you. Awakening to 5D begins with understanding that the universal body is an extension of your physical body, because there is only one consciousness that permeates everything, and you are that. Also, the manifesting power of our minds will increase exponentially during our lifetimes, meaning whatever you focus on will manifest faster and easier as you age. When you allow your vibration to expand into a more positive, harmonious frequency, whatever you believe is real is exactly what you will manifest into your life and become your reality in the world. Now, this is a very exciting time to be alive. No question about it. Now, there's many other things that you can do to prepare or adjust or through the ascension process. There's a diet, different types of foods, juice cleanses. Also, imperative is the essential thing is to get plenty of rest, rejuvenation, and exercise. You may feel depleted of energy as your body is absorbing these higher vibrational energies, as it learns an entirely new way of relating to the world. Go to bed early. Stay away from the news. Stay away from the news. Take the time to relax. Dive inside yourselves. Explore who and what you are. And look at what you really want to experience in this lifetime. You'll want to surround yourself with the most positive, happy, good vibe people that you know. Whoever makes your heart sing each time you meet is someone you want to spend more time with, as they will support you in remaining open to the highest energies available. The higher the vibrational people that you can hang out with, the easier your ascension journey will become. You will want to make time to sit, be still, totally silent, and solitary every day. Spend 5 to 45 minutes every day in complete stillness and silence, bathing in the sunshine if possible. Whenever you can sit very, very, very still, as if you were a statue made from one solid diamond. Don't move a muscle. Keep your eyes relaxed, your shoulders and jaw relaxed, and just watch the breath as the body breathes for you. The longer you can remain in a relaxed, perfect stillness, the more crystal clear your mind will become, and the easier it will be to remain at peace as the energies increase, and they will increase. Make the commitment to devote your life to remain in trust, love, and surrender to your highest self. This practice will naturally help you ascend and open yourself up to experiencing the highest levels of joy and inner peace with effortless ease. You'll notice when you're not abiding by this formula, you will start to experience intense suffering in your inner world. Whenever some part of you is not living in trust, love, or surrender, it is an opportunity to learn how to let go and let God handle the details. It is essential to be extra gentle and kind with yourself and others during this time. Anything that may be violent in any way to yourself or another on a physical, mental, or emotional level, you will want to avoid. Turn your attention towards the peaceful center of your innermost being. That is what your meditation time of stillness is for. So make time to get really good at finding this place of peace inside you. Excuse me. It is good to pray for guidance and healing as often as you can, especially when you feel challenged. Ask for help. Be sincere in your requests, asking from the heart for what you want, and know that it is on its way to you. As our planet adapts to these higher vibrations, You may find yourself using your heart more and your head less. As your consciousness increases, you will be able to access more love, joy, and peace, and you've ever known was possible. This soft, warm, healing feeling will be so comforting that you will not be so inclined to spend so much time in your head. Your mind may also not work the same as before. These photons affect us on the most subtle levels and could cause our memories to become sharper in some days and ways, and completely incapable of doing other ordinary tasks. These photons affect us on the most subtle ways and could cause our memory to become sharper in some ways and completely incapable of doing other ordinary tasks. Don't worry about this. Use this time to learn how to use your intuition instead and develop your sixth sense. Trust your feelings. Listen to your gut more than anyone else's opinion. Trust your gut more than anyone else's opinion. Really tune in to your higher guidance and listen to what it is telling you to do. Not the head, the heart mind. The great galactic alignment marks the birth of a completely new era for this civilization, for humankind, for mankind. By this time next year, there will be such a dramatic light-year jump in consciousness that you will look back and wonder how you could be the same person. I suggest that all of us use this time to celebrate our life more, appreciate those you love more, find the greatest source of peace inside you, and devote your life to spiritual exploration. This world is going to transform in the most beautiful ways as millions of people around the planet begin waking up. Take this sacred time to discover what an extraordinary being you are, who is filled with that which is the most sacred and divine. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies that we're in. It's imperative. When we relax these bodies, through our breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth, easy in, easy out, all of this stuff outside of us, the stress, the fear, the worry, the anger, all of it floats off and away, just falls away. Whenever we allow ourselves to go into the now through the breath, the body automatically relaxes. And you see why is because, and we all know this, we leave the mind, ego, and subconscious mind alone. We don't visit with them. We don't interact with them. We don't draw upon their generated thoughts for us. We don't do it. We're only focused on the moment, breath by breath. That's it. Now, if someone were to ask you, hey, what do you think you're going to be doing tomorrow? You wouldn't have a clue. You would only be moving in the moment, in the now. This is imperative with this massive transition that is happening, that we're all in, and it is absolutely magna glorious. And those of us who go within, practice going more within, will discover amazing openings of our existence, and who and what we are. Those that don't will have a much more difficult time. So to stay in the now, which allows us to watch the ego mind. We don't judge it. We see it. We watch it. This is where we'll say that that's an ego thought. Right? That's a mind thought, mind-ego thought. Those thoughts aren't mine. We're able to identify, and we know where they're coming from. This is why being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with oneself and being in the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal gratitude is absolutely paramount. We're moving away from externality, and we're moving towards internality. This civilization has spent its whole existence seeking outside of oneself. Now, because of how everything's been lined up for us all, we will begin to ascend within and discover the true gods that we are within these bodies. I mean completely, finitely, and in perfect order. Bodies will change. There's no doubt about that. This isn't a fearful thing, only for those who don't understand who and what they are. Seek that which you are within. Seek that which you are within. For you will discover the God that you truly are. Now, we focus on the now. Picture yourself through your heart, mind's motion picture. You're still. You're not moving up. You're not even flinching. You're completely relaxed. The body is let go. And you're focused only on the now. Now, in this state, you will still have the attempts by the ego mind to direct you where? Into a different thought that's not yours. And none of us are exempt from this. So we do that. We have these thoughts flying by like clouds in the sky, and we grab onto them. And it's not like we do it intentionally. It's just a habit. And we grab onto these thoughts, and we move them into reality, and we experience them. Not a bad thing. And that's what keeps us, that's why the ego mind does not want us to be in the now, because if we stay in the now, when we stay in the now, choose to stay in the now, they won't exist. They're gone when we're in the now. You ever notice that? The noise is gone. We have tens of millions of thoughts flying by in front of us all the time, 24/7, and they aren't ours. They're not ours. They're other people's thoughts. They're programs. You can see how so many can become so confused. It is because of the amnesia that we inherit when we come into these bodies. And remembering, rediscovering, and with the assistance of how the collective consciousness has aligned everything for us, in this very moment, we will not only will we rediscover who and what we are, but way beyond that. So whenever you have these thoughts that come in, so remember, our thoughts go out to the universe. All these other thoughts come in. So when we have these come-in thoughts, we just say to ourselves very, very nicely and lovingly, I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. 3,000% of the time, which is every time. Now, when you discover that you know you are not the body, that you are what? The God, the everlasting, infinity and beyond, ball of light, pure energy, pure, deep, eternal love. You picture yourself standing on a golden pad, right? And there's 3 paths. They're all identical. The one on the left is the past. The one on the right is the future. One in the center is the now. Now, you do notice that, okay, so they're same because we have these trees that have canopied the path, and they've formed this kind of like ceiling, and they're shimmering gold, the leaves, everything. The path itself is this brilliant, bright, emerald green flaming grass. Now, the only thing that you discover of this is say, wow, the one on the left is just really worn. Looks like it's been used a lot. And then the one on the right, the future, same, used a lot. The one you're standing on, the now, almost looks brand new. Now, all of us, we have these libraries, and there are personal libraries. And they're known as the subconscious mind. Now, our subconscious mind copies everything, guys. It copies everything. It doesn't have to be connected. It copies all thoughts, all frequencies, all energies. It mirrors the ego mind and stores all that. Ever since you've been in that body, it has literally stored everything. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. It stores it from other people, other places, everything. And other lifetimes. So a lot of us will just go into our library, open the door, turn on the lights. We'll get out some movies and some books and pictures, and we'll just have a great time reminiscing on some of the experiences we've had in this life so far, some of the wonderful times and not so wonderful times. But the majority of us, we enjoy that, but then what we do is we say, okay, I'm done, and we put everything away, and we turn off the light, shut the door, and then we move forward. We're always moving forward in this life. But some of us will stay there way too long. I do not believe it is conscious. I believe it is unconscious. But they'll stay there so long that they end up taking that past, bringing it into a future that doesn't exist, creating that future from that past and reliving that past and that future. This is why so many people will say, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. And then they'll ask each other, you ever notice that? We always end up here. Why is that? Now, we also will go into a future that doesn't exist because we create the future in the now. But we still go there because we want to know. And we're seeking outside of ourselves all of the questions that we have and will ever have always been within us. And the answers to those questions are within us. Yet we've been trained to seek outside of ourselves. So external authority is the apparent constant. So what we do is we ask, when am I going to have this? When is this going to happen for me? When am I going to have my lifelong romantic partner? When am I going to get a better job? When am I going to get a raise? When am I going to be healthy enough to enjoy my life? And when am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life? And it just keeps going. And we'll ask external authorities. We'll get readings, astrological readings in our charts, and where our life's headed. Our north and south nodes and our ascending and our descent, all of this. All of these things, clerics, psychics, all kinds. If we only knew that we create our lives. We create our futures. And our destinies are drawn in the sand. They're not etched in the rocks. Our destinies are up to us. So you kind of say to yourself, well, then does everything happen in the now? Absolutely. Past, present, future. But the now, the breath, is paramount. Focusing on the now. Going within. Loving thyself. Being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with thyself. Being in deep gratitude and deep eternal love with thyself. Now, knowing that we know that we're not the body, that we're the God, right? Then we look at the body and we see these lights and different colors, 7 different colors, vibrant colors, not like on this planet. And they go from the tailbone to the top of the head. Well, those are spirit etheric energy. And we are spirit etheric energy, the gods that we are. So we flow through those. We know these bodies right down to the quantum core. It's just that we have amnesia and we forgot. And now we're rediscovering. So when we view these lights that we travel through, they connect to all of our emotions, the body's emotions, joys, sorrows, worries, fears, and stresses, all of it. All the organs, the blood flow, the tissue, all the operations, everything, brain. And we will discover with our journey within, and as our amnesia vaporizes, that we are the power of healing these bodies. We'll be able to heal these bodies in a blink of the eye eventually. It won't even be an issue or a challenge. It'll be just regular flow. You know, I cut my hand, it's healed. Oh, it seems like I have an organ malfunctioning. Let's take a look at that and see what the issues are. It's healed. We're not there yet. But with this massive boost in our evolutionary step, you'd be surprised how quickly we will be there, in the event you choose to go within. Now, we know that we enter these bodies, we power them up, and so the body supports us to experience physical life, to have fun, to not sweat the small stuff, to stop being so darn serious. So we're heaven. All of us are heaven. Heaven isn't a place. That's the trap in the matrix. You are heaven. You are the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is not somewhere in the sky or some gates or heaven and all that. That's the trap. You are all that. You are infinite. So the God that we are is the heaven. The body that we're in is the earth. We are literally heaven on earth. And we're consciously aware. What does that mean? That means that we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. So, we shine our light, the pure, deep, eternal love light that we're made of. That's within these bodies. And it is the highest of the highest high frequencies. So we're flooding this planet, saturating and permeating it head to toe, inside and out, all life, the highest supreme values in the universe, with this love. Now you can picture there's 8 billion humanoid, right, on the surface of this planet. And we all glow. Not only that, counting is superfluous. All of the other gods who are housing all the other physical forms of this planet, right down to forms that we can't even see. It's amazing. So if you were to take a starship off planet and you'd go out far enough and you see the entire globe, you would see that it glowed. Not only that, you would notice all the lights around the planet in this universe in comparison would be like candles being lit in a dark room. Dim, dim, dim. And this is what's happening with this planet. It's becoming, as it was intended to be, a God-planet paradise. And all of us unified as one, knowingly, consciously aware of this, moving together, building together, advancing, moving forward together. The miraculousness of this transcendence, this ascendance, is absolutely spectacular. Those of us who are awake enough, it is going to be an absolute field day of the highest kind for a long time. Now, we know that parts of us are asleep. None of us that's not a surprise to us. Parts of the gods that we are asleep. We love them just as deeply as we love the parts of ourselves that are awake. But we also understand that they will awake in their own time. They just won't participate in this now. The other parts of us are awake to a certain extent, consciously aware. This is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. This is the ascended masters: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. All the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, and archetypes. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. Now, these numbers are massive. In the gigaplexes, one gigaplex fills this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. These are trillions of gigaplexes through trillions of universes coming from every direction. All one. All one. Now, the light energy beings that we don't see on this planet because of the eyes we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. They're in different light spectrums: the red, the infrared, violet, ultraviolet, blue, ultrablue, onward. And they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, and configurations. We just don't see them. They're there. But we are familiar with a small group. And part of this small group, we are very, very, very connected. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals: earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. Now, you ask yourself, that body you're in, can it survive? Can it sustain you, the God that you are, without water? Right? Without air, without fire, without earth, without ether, without wood? No. See how intimate these bodies are reliant on the magics, the elementals. Now, the archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes, their civilization vibrated a different frequency than we do. Well, we don't see them like we see each other. And the gods within those bodies are no different than the gods within these bodies. Now, we meet them, and we have been meeting them off and on through thousands of lifetimes. And when we do meet with them, it's not like, oh, hey, you're an angel. We talk with them in the random conversations, interactions. There's just endless possibilities. But in the regulars, when we're somewhere, right, out and about, and someone just starts a conversation up with us. We're not looking for it. It's never when you're, expecting things. And it's just random. It's out of clear blue, and you interact, and you talk, and you communicate. But something after that, right? You go about your business, and you say, that was an angel. I just know it. I wouldn't have had that conversation with just some average Joe or Jane. And you look up and they're gone. And you have a brief moment of bliss. Now, they have a message. The message is delivered in many different ways. It's never the same way twice. And the message boils down to this. Isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? It is. Because when we come out of our amnesia, and that's very near now, you're going to discover how deeply grateful you are to have that body, because you will know who and what you are, the God, the pure consciousness, the love. And guys, when we leave these bodies, we don't have any of these experiences. We don't smile, we don't laugh, we don't cry, we don't frown. We don't eat, we don't sleep. We don't drink, we don't do any of that. We don't make love. We don't kiss, we don't hold hands, we don't do any of that. Can you see the huge difference there? Why these bodies are so enticing for us gods? And yet, we spend most of our lives, not just this one, but all of them, chasing something outside of ourselves that isn't there. We are chasing an illusion created by our ego minds. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands or tens of millions. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And if you would like them to, just ask. Blink of the eye, they'll be there. And you will be in bliss. Now, the ascended masters, they have ascended into physical form. They have mastered physical form. They have ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. And we are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. Now, the off-worlders, the Galactics, the Celestials. Over 1,000 species, civilizations travel through the solar system every single day. Trillions throughout the universes every single day. Now, there is a small group that we're familiar with. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, feline Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Even part of us 1,000 billion light years away is not separate. We are one. It's just that illusion of separation that gets us. So we're all assembled, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God. And our God Force Love Light energy is growing, expanding, intensifying, infinity and beyond. And it is saturating this planet. You imagine hundreds of millions of us on and off world, all shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, and physical, but yet one God housed in all physical forms. Total liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. We immediately form a circle of light, a white fire circle of light. It's around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This white fire circle of light emanates from what? The God within each and every one of us, the kingdom of God, the heaven, the love. It is absolutely saturating this planet, head to toe, inside and out. You can see it anytime you choose through your heart, mind, in stillness. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we ascend, we are immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It isn't like you would see an ocean of glitter on this planet, far beyond that. In order to describe it, we come up with a visual, a massive grand finale fireworks display that nothing on this planet can come close to. And the same with a laser light grand finale display. And then a ballroom globe mirrored. We're familiar with those on this planet, except this one is 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. See, the closest we come to describing is combining all of these in one massive grand finale. So we're curious, and we look at the reflective points of this this ocean of glitter. And we enter them, and we just notice these little tiny microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors. So when we enter them, it's absolutely magnificent in what we discover. All of us, everything, are learning from each other, teaching, learning, teaching, one or the other or both, infinity and beyond. We are constantly learning from one another. All the gods that we are housed in these different physical forms experience the physical forms and sharing that experience with others. But since so many are still closeted in the external world, material, physical world, they miss this. They miss it. And it was created for all of us. Just remember, the tree. We've been taught that the tree is life. The tree is not. The tree has a physical vessel. Okay? God enters the tree, sustains that tree so the tree can sustain the God to experience the tree. It's the same with everything. And everything is teaching us little bits here and there, some bigger than others, some smaller. Doesn't make a difference. It's the same intent. Transfer of physical experience that we're all having in different forms. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all the gods that we are within these bodies. that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are in these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us that we are protected from head to toe, inside and out, infinity and beyond. This armor emanates from the God source, the pure, deep, eternal love within each and every one of us. It is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. Cannot be penetrated, cannot be breached, compromised. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no demon possession, and no attachments. Forever. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, anger, fear, worry, stress, anxiety, hurriedness, greed, you will create a breach in your white fire armor. Enough so to allow all lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies come flooding in. Then the possibilities are opened up to demon possession, attachments, all kinds of things. Now, if you do decide to do this, you are immediately met with the double column of light. The first part of the column of this light is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralite substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Second half of this column of light is the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we've all created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the sun, the sunlight, rain, the rainbows, the sun sets and the sun rises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees and the forests and the soils and the animals. We are the mountains. We are everything. Starry lit night sky. Everything is us, and we are everything. Now, we've been taught in the physicality of these bodies that separation is the constant, which is actually the illusion. So when we look at a sunset or a sunrise, or we see an ocean front or mountain view, whatever it may be, we're in awe because we say it's so beautiful. But try it through the heart mind. The next time you see a sunset or a sunrise or a starry lit night sky or a rainbow, through the heart mind, that is the God that I am. That is the God that I am. That is the God that I am. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us decide to step outside our physical forms, if we're carrying physical form, and hover effortlessly above them. And the reason we do this is because it's fun and we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. Now, in the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. In turn, this is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that actually seem to be infinity and beyond, no end. And they're all creating this massive, super bright white, misty, cloudy form. You can see it sparkling. You can see electrical flashes in it. And it's absorbed into our heart minds. And it's like a warm embrace that never ends. We discover that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, supreme, massive prosperity, supreme, massive abundance. And we discover that all of this is but a reflection of the gods that we are. Now, we look at the top of this tower. We designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 24/7, infinity and beyond. But what is this golden ocean that we're all in, swimming? It is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And it's saturating and flooding this entire planet, permeating everything, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, infinity and beyond. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is drops of the golden ocean, and the only illusion is separation. We share meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere 4 years ago today. It holds over 1,800 of our meditations in perpetual motion. These meditations continue to grow, intensify, expand. We can plug into them any single time we wish in stillness. Believe that to heal yourself is easy. You have powers inside you that are beyond amazing. Your soul is so powerful that any old trauma, dis-ease, or negative experience can be instantly transformed. Choose today to be the most powerful healing experience of your life. Let your mind go wild into the unknown with this possibility. The moment it does, you will feel and know in your heart your true spiritual nature is already complete and whole. I'll join you in the meditation and return to let us. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Stop fighting with everyone and everything in your life today. Be totally relaxed and completely aware that there is a current of energy taking you down the river of this great existence. The body naturally knows how to find inner peace when you surrender and stop fighting this moment of your existence. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We'll return here Sunday, February 13, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.